Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. Well, quite obviously, I'm using a different camera this morning. I don't know if it's my camera, my computer, or what, but I don't know. Something technological here is having issues. I look a little day glow red or something. It was that or green. I'm working on correcting the color. Just going to have to keep working on it. Anyway, so December 26th. Yep, today is the day. Before I get into the subject here, I do want to offer my sincere empathy and sorrow and condolences to the many, many people who have lost someone this year, either to COVID or anything else. Please, if you know somebody that has lost someone, reach out to them, because this is a dark time of year for them. This is the first time that this is probably the first time that they're going through, the holidays without someone, and I really should have done this yesterday, and I am sorry I did not. My mind was just elsewhere, Anyway, I really do feel sorrow for all of you, and so please don't feel ashamed to reach out to someone if you need that. All right, so up to the point at hand, December 26th, today is the day that at least 10 million Americans reach the end of their federal unemployment benefits. And this is not good. I'm waiting to see what the news cycle brings today. I find it interesting that Congress has been so concerned about military funding and keeping the government open and so forth. For the most part, what does keeping the government open really mean? They throw around all these scare tactics like, oh, well, what is Social Security checks? Social Security is funded separately from this bill. Well, the military members might not get paid. Wrong. You already passed the NDAA, which is what funds the military. So what really stops happening here? Basically, what happens here is, yes, people that are on unemployment and food stamps and so forth, their benefits come to an end. But that doesn't mean that if or when they do pass a bill, that those benefits cannot be made retroactive. It's still going to take weeks before any money reaches the consumer, the end recipient. Which is why they should have passed something months ago. All of that said, I actually agree very much with Trump that the stimulus checks need to be higher, and they also need to be made, tax-free, which hasn't been mentioned. I also agree that we need to kill this funding for other governments, like some kind of a gender study in Pakistan. What the hell does our government have to do with a gender study in Pakistan? Nothing at all. Why are we paying for it? While Americans are, lined up for food banks and at risk of being thrown out of their homes and fearful that they're not going to have anything at all going forward. This is what Congress has been working on for the last 6 months. This is what they've been working on since July. For real. No, what gets shut off is the free-flowing checks going to government contractors. It is the military-industrial complex, the government contractors, the donors that are upset. For the most part, is the government actually going to shut down? Well, let's see. Is the FBI going to stop investigating crimes? Is the CIA going to stop spreading propaganda in other countries? Is Guantanamo Bay going to shut down? No. What is really going to happen here? What all of this is about is making you anxious and you pick or choose a side. Oh, you're going to get angry at someone. Doesn't matter who. The only part of it that matters is which side of the aisle on the media that you're listening to, according to who you are going to be angry at. That's what matters. So, even Congress, are they going to go without their paychecks? Chances are low, but even, more than 90% of Congress, if their check came late, are they going to be worried about it? Most of them are millionaires. No, they don't care. They're still going to be millionaires. Oh no. The government might shut down. Here's your concern. Here's their concern. This is what they care about. No, they care about their donors not getting their checks. Of course, many of their donors are so badly managed that their donors can't survive without government assistance. They're not only paid for contracts, they're also paid subsidies on top of it. You're paying for all of it. That's what's really going on here. If Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer really cared about how much you were getting, would they have negotiated down from $1,200 to $600 on this stimulus at all? Would they have tried to lump this in together with and make it mandatory for all of this to be passed? Otherwise the government would shut down. No, they don't care. That's not their concern. You are not their concern. Let's make it clear once again. You'll get it thrown at you. Oh, well, millions of people may be thrown out of their homes. So people get angry at the government. Well, the government is actually not throwing anyone out of their homes. That's what the government is not doing is stepping in and keeping it from happening. It is capitalists that are throwing people out of their homes. The government is not making people go hungry. That is capitalists. The government funds, the SNAP programs, food stamps. The government gives significant funding to food banks. All right, you got Social Security. All of these programs that are funded by the government that actually keep people from going hungry and going homeless. But where does the money go to? And if they are not collecting the money, who are the ones that are going to leave people hungry, throw people out of their homes? Those are capitalists. Now I understand, that food producers are not going to produce food if they're not getting paid for it. That's reasonable. But there's always this profit thing. I talked so much earlier in the year, about farmers letting crops rot in the field. That a lot of those farmers are already receive government subsidies, but they let the crops rot in the field because they weren't getting paid. I said the military could have transported that food to food banks, and millions, lots of farmers killed millions of pigs and chickens. Why? I mean, there could have been, something could have been done there. The only reason that they killed them was because the ranchers didn't want to keep feeding them. There could have been an agreement made between the farmers with their crops and the ranchers with their livestock and so forth. Make a trade, do something. That could have been done, but it wasn't done. There was no attempt at this being done. But it's all about capitalism. All right, so you can defend capitalism all you like, but sooner or later you're going to have to face the fact that this is the problem. Capitalism is the problem here. I am hoping that by the end of the news cycle today, I'm not counting on it. Now, all of Congress, they pretty much just went home. They just abandoned you. They walked away. That is our government. That's who we have elected. All right? Keep this in mind. Don't forget this moment. Do not forget this moment. Don't fall for all the finger pointing. The finger is pointed squarely at every damn one of them. Every one of them. No exceptions. Because they have failed you. They have failed you for decades. They will continue failing you worse and worse and worse. If you think that this is bad, just wait. There's more coming. There is more coming. Even I've said many times, if they pass an eviction moratorium, you're just kicking the can down the road, because the bills continue to mount. They keep piling higher and higher. There are, millions of Americans right now that owe at least $6,000 on back rent. because they haven't had the money to pay it. How many people are going to be evicted? That's really up for debate. I have heard numbers ranging anywhere from 19 million up to 50 million. So we can count on it being somewhere in between. We won't know until it happens. So the only thing that the government is actually going to try and do here is to try and spread it out so it doesn't seem as bad. But it is just as bad. It doesn't matter whether, we have a lump sum number of 19 million thrown out today, and then another 5 million 2 weeks later, and 5 million 2 weeks later, and 5 million 2 weeks later. It doesn't matter. That still keeps on adding up. 19 million Americans. If you take the base number, 19 million, what do we do with that? Richest country on earth, right? All right, so let's cross our fingers and hope that something happens today, but we can't let this be the end. There has to be more. And we have to focus on who the real villains are. Okay? All right, so I'm not going to say share this video because I'm just glowing here. But talk about these subjects. If you can, please donate $1 a month to help expand the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. And have a good day.